Alright everybody, welcome here to the channel. I'm the Fade and we're going to go through this nice little 5-0 set I had with the team. You can see here on the right we have a Bomber Snow on the lead running Powder Snow, Weather Ball Ice and Energy Ball Grass, along with Darmanitan with Incinerate, Rock Slide and Psychic, and Old Faithful down the end there, Alolan Marowak with Fire Spin, Bone Club and Shadow Ball. Alright, let's get into the first game. Alright, so with the Bomber Snow on the lead, we have the Magnezone on the other side, which is a okay-ish kind of matchup. It's 50-50, depends on how it's played, but it gets pulled instantly for Blastoise, who is going to stay in against the Weather Ball. Will he predict that there is a Grass Energy Ball coming? You'd have to put up that shield, because if he doesn't, it'll do super effective damage to this Blastoise, who will most likely be one-shot or very close to. Look at that, kapow everybody, fucking boom. We've taken him all the way down to nothing. We will have to shield this Hydro Cannon because that's definitely what will be coming in, and it will do too much damage to a Bomber Snow, so we will let that stand and we'll chew that bit of energy all the way down to the end. We have given up a shield, but we got rid of Blastoise relatively easily and cheaply too. Sometimes people hold on to shields a little bit too long. I can be guilty of it at times too, but we've got the super effective Ice here on Crobat. We will be drawing those shields here most definitely, because I won't want to lose two Pokemon that quick. There we go, we got the first shield here from the Crobat. It's a Shadow Crobat at that too, very nice to see. And we're going to go out and try and draw out that second shield here with another Weather Ball, because if they don't shield it, it'll do super effective damage. There we go, we've now got the Pokemon advantage and the shield advantage to play with here. We won't get to another Weather Ball. What we can do here is we'll bring in a Fire type, because that's what we've got left. We've got double Fire in the back, except neither of them have a Fire type charge attack. So Darmanitan comes straight in. He's switched out blindly for the Magnezone, which is a dreadful swap. So we will just put that shield up and we will let Darmanitan get to work here and feed on all that energy. With that, 3 Incinerates and Magnezone is dead. He was running a triple Shadow team over there though, which was quite nice. We'll throw in the Rock Slide here at Crobat and that will be a good game right here. It was a bit of a blind pull on that Magnezone. That was a big mistake from my opponent. But Darmanitan on Incinerate with that 230 something base damage with it. It is insane the output that it can have. So now we've got a bad matchup here kind of with Politoed with the spammy Water Weather Ball. And we've seen the instant change into a Sandslash Alolan form, which is not really too much of a great matchup here for Bomber Snow. His charge moves, even with the grass typing, won't do a great deal of damage because of the, I believe, the steel typing on the background of Sandslash, which is true. I mean, we did a decent bit of damage, but not a great deal. We will let this run through. It won't do too much damage. And we'll do a quick swap to Darmanitan and look at the Incinerate go to work here. If I can boom, boom, he'll be dead after he does his charge attack. It's a bit silly how you can watch the entire animation for the charge attack go with Incinerate and then nothing happens. But he's gone anyway, we didn't have to do another one. We have got plenty of energy in the bank here for Politoed. We'll run that Psychic here because that has much more neutral damage than what the Rock Slide would do. So if you've got the Psychic on a Politoed, you always want to run it. If you look at that, boom, look at that, almost, what's that, about 60% of his health right there. We won't get to another one. We'll do a bit of damage because we don't have the swap out timer. We'll bring in, I believe, the Bomber Snow here, who will take decent damage from these Water Weather Balls. The smart play here would be to let the first one go and then ride out the storm at the end. Depending on how much energy he's sitting on over there, I don't know. We will have to do a shield here, because if we are able to get a shield off him here, that'll be huge for the rest of the game. He's still sitting on 2 over there, so who knows what he's got in the back here. Could be something extremely weak to a Bomber Snow, but he doesn't know that I've got an Alolan Marowak sitting there in the back of the game. He's only seen Darmanitan and a Bomber Snow, so we're sitting very well at the moment. Got that one shield off him. We will be able to reach him. Oh, it's a bit of an over tap there on my part for a Bomber Snow, but this will be doing super effective damage if he doesn't use one of those shields. But we can just bring in a Alolan Marowak and we'll be able to farm down this Roserade, because I'm sure that it will have a Weather Ball Fire typing. So we won't drop that shield on the first one. We want to try and save that for Politoed, because he's probably sitting on a Weather Ball. And look at that, we can try to farm down, but we won't make it. The weather ball is too spammy from Roserade, but it won't be doing any damage at all to our Lola Marowak here because of the fire typing. So we've got the edge here right now, and look at that, it's doing absolutely nothing. We'll farm Roserade down right now, then we'll have to throw the shield straight away because a water weather ball will end my night. And instead of going for the Shadow Ball, it'll probably be the smarter play just to go for the Bone Club and just close it out. There we go. Hit that Bone Club, and that's good night, Politoed, and that gives us another win. It was very well played there. My opponent didn't really use their shields, as you would probably expect. They're probably expecting fire moves coming through from Darmanitan, not knowing that he has the Rock Slide and the Psychic. It's a very good mix for Darmanitan to run with those three, because the Psychic does a lot of neutral damage, and the ones that are kind of not very effective with Psychic, they cop a lot of damage from the Rock Slide, so it's better to have that than his fire moves, because Darmanitan is an absolute tank. And as you can see, we got the win there, and we're still climbing up the ranks here on Season 7. We move into the next one here against Rockman 5910, and with Rockman coming in, we will still have Abomasnow on the lead with a favourable matchup here on the 400 Candy Altaria. Probably be running Dragon Breath like they all do, but Dragon Breath Altaria is absolutely nothing for ice. So we got that Weather Ball spam coming through. We'll feed it a little bit extra. We'll get the first one off. This has to draw a shield out, so that'll give us the shield advantage straight off the bat. If they don't shield it, then that'll be Altaria pretty much dead. Boom, we've pulled the first shield. We'll get to another Weather Ball pretty quickly. This will be both their shields if they want to keep Altaria alive, which puts us at a huge advantage here. Abomasnow just putting in the work early. That's both shields gone. So we went from playing an opponent that didn't use their shields to one that got rid of them on the first two charge moves. I'm going to drop my shield now because if it's a sky attack, it'll wipe me out straight away. So that's a good shield. And now we'll be able to farm Altaria down. And that 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that Dragon Breath was just a bit ahead of where I was counting. So he was able to get to that next charge move, so I'll have to use my second shield too because I'm sitting on another Weather Ball, so we can farm him down, and whatever comes in, we can throw an energy move straight away. And look at that, it's an Obstagoon. He won't really like the grass typing move here, it's neutral damage. Bit of lag at the start there, so we don't get the excellent, which is a bit unfortunate. Go straight from him into Darmanitan. Boom, look at the damage. Not a great deal, but it pulls the quick swap out, which is a Politoed, so we'll drop that Psychic straight away. Drop out 60% of his health. Like that, no problem at all. Because Darmanitan is an absolute beast. Look at that. Politoed's pretty much on the ropes already. A Weather Ball here is going to be game over for Darmanitan. The Water Weather Ball will be super effective, and that's it. The thing with Darmanitan is he has no defense. So when you have an ability come through like that, it's basically going to be game over. So we have the Politoed here who will do more super effective damage with that Water Ball. That's the risk you run when you have double fire typing. We will be able to feed a little bit over the top and then hit that Bone Club. That'll be the end of Politoed here. We want to run some more energy because that Bone Club will be not super effective, but it'll be more effective than the Shadow Ball will be against Obstagoon. And luckily enough, he managed to crack a charge move off to give me a bit of thinking time here. You can see I was pumping away on Shadow Ball, and then it dawned on me that Bone Club was the better option. So Bone Club will come in here and do more damage than Shadow Ball will do, because Shadow Ball is double resisted. Look at that, we get him down there. It's going to be a close race to the finish here. Oh, he's got another charge move, but if it's another cross chop, that won't be enough to get rid of Marowak here. Marowak has that double resist to fighting type because of the ghost typing. And look at that, with just 1 HP to Dream, we move on. Another win right there. That was a very saucy win, that one. That is the 3rd win on the trot. And now we have the big man duel. Look at that big man rumble. Abomasnow versus Snorlax. The two bar bruisers here. The Weather Ball typing, well, the Weather Ball typing of Ice does a little bit more effectiveness than the Grass typing on the left with the Energy Ball. So we'll try and spam these out because he's going to be dropping the body slams too. So it's going to be two big fellas going mono-y-mono here. We'll take this first body slam on the chin. It will do a bit more damage than you would like. But that gives us the shield advantage. Will give us the shield advantage because they will have to pull the shield on the next move here. Because if they don't, then Snorlax will be too close to the end of his expectancy here in this duel. There you go. We've drawn the first shield out. We'll have to use one of our own now, which gives us a slight advantage. There we go. We'll get to that weather ball, and if he uses his second shield, we will just let Abomasnow go to sleep after that, because he'll have to spend his energy to get rid of Abomasnow. Yep, and we've drawn out both shields, so just leave Abomasnow to go to sleep here. Then we can bring in Alola Marowak or Darmanitan to feed up, because there's plenty of health over there to steal something from, and we still do have that shield advantage. So if we can get ahead on energy with one of these two, especially Darmanitan, it will be huge in this fight. As you can see, Snorlax can get about 10 licks off in the space of 3 Incinerates. It's quite spammy lick. And unfortunately, Incinerate is probably one of the slowest moves. It does one of the most bulky damage, but it is one of the slowest animated moves in the game, which is a bit of a disadvantage sometimes. But we have the Alola Marowak coming in, and he's going to really love these double rock slides that will come in. Super effective damage here. We'll see the first rock slide come straight down, and that'll be a good chunk of 80% of his health. We'll switch out to Mirror Fight, and then they'll switch out in kind to a Hypno, which was a bad move on their part without shields, because I'll just drop a Shadow Ball on this Hypno, and that's game over. It won't, but with that much health, probably leave him down with like 20, 25 HP. Yeah, you see, about probably a little bit less than 20. But you will be able to do a Shadow Ball in return, which probably should kill the Marowak here. Oh, it's only a Thunder Punch. Oh, and that's put us in a lovely spot here to hit that and then possibly farm down this Marowak, or will he have to throw his energy to get rid of us? He's thrown his energy to get rid of us, so we'll come in with Darmanitan. Darmanitan will do one fast move and then he'll have Rock Slide, and that'll be the end of Marowak. And that is essentially a good game. Here comes the Rock Slide for mass damage from our big tank here in Darmanitan. The only problem you really have with this kind of lineup is if you come across somebody running double water or sometimes triple water. It is a very strong lineup, because when you don't run fire moves across the board with your bottom two, it works in your favour. Now we have a Braixen here that's come on the lead against an Abomasnow. This is a very bad matchup for Abomasnow, so we'll feed a bit of energy and then switch out to a fire type in kind. And the fire typing from Braixen does a little bit more than the Incinerates that come out from Darmanitan, but it does allow me to feed up, so I'll try and feed up a little bit extra here, so I have a charge move advantage here. So I'll be right on the edge of being able to drop 2 rock slides here before they'll be able to do their next charge move. And if they don't use a shield on either of these rock slides, then Braixen is gone, and that gives me the Pokemon advantage going into the next little bit here. And we've managed to get to 2 rock slides before the next charge move comes out, so they will have to drop that second shield. This is more like the sacrificial lamb play of Darmanitan here, which is okay because we have bulk in Abomasnow and in... Oh, he didn't finish me off with Braixen here, and that's let me get to a rock slide against Lapras. If he's got no shields left, that's super effective damage on Lapras. That's a huge mistake there from the opponent, who should have just farmed down with Braixen, because they would have been able to. Now I can bring in Abomasnow. I want to get there before they do Surf, which is what I'm going to do right now, and that'll wipe out our good friend here, Lapras. They will most likely bring in the Braixen here and just churn down Abomasnow, which makes sense. I mean, we did have switch advantage though, because Darmanitan was knocked out. So we will just eat this flame charge on the face from Alola Marowak. If we can get to that Bone Club, that'll be super effective damage because of the fire typing, and we've been able to get there. So this should see the end of Braixen, as long as we get an excellent and it doesn't lag out on us again. Look at that, bang, super effective damage. See you later, Braixen. Not quite as good as Delphox. And in comes a Machoke. We have a shield advantage, and a Shadow Ball will be a one-shot here, so they'll probably get... Yeah, they got to their charge move before us. So we'll just throw that shield up because it'll end Marowak's night. If it's that quick, yeah, it's a dynamic punch, so for sure they had the CMP advantage. Now we'll throw out the Shadow Ball, and that'll be good night to March Oak. Nothing can really stop these Shadow Balls. Unless, of course, you're Obstagoon. Or you just laugh it off. And look at that, that was a GG, good game. We've managed to move. That is the end of the 5-0 run there, everybody. So we had some really nice matchups there. It was rather interesting to see how some of the people that we went against decided to play with their shields. A couple of the games there were a couple of big mistakes that they sort of came across. The unexpectancy of Darmanitan to have Rock Slide, as well as Psychic with the Politoads. The people running Politoad tend to forget that Darmanitan can be running Psychic, and that neutral damage that comes in from that Psychic is huge. Just because of Darmanitan's base damage stat, he is an absolute glass cannon. So if he gets weatherballed twice from a Politoad without a shield, it's game over. So you really need to play Darmanitan smartly if you want to put him in a rotation. At the moment, with what you're seeing, a lot of people aren't running dual waters, so this team is rather effective at the moment. So we've had a few good runs here. We had a 5-0. Our sets for the day, we went 5-0, 4-1, 4-1, 3-2, and then 2-3. The last set of the day that I had, I ran across somebody that had a Politoad and a Swanner. So that was a very interesting match. When you're going against somebody who has double airs, like, at the moment, a Talonflame, they probably won't be running anything other than Brave Bird and Flame Charge. So that's a good spot for them. But as you can see here, we had some pretty good games here. That was a nice little 5-0 run that we had. The Pokemon encounter we got was a Poliwhirl, so nothing too special. We got a bit of XL candy from it, so that's always good. But as always, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Let's fade out. Hey everybody, my name's The Fade. Thanks for tuning into this YouTube video. I stream weekly on Twitch at twitch.tv/thefade with a 4 and a 3. Weekdays, Monday to Friday, 9:30 AM to 5 PM CET. Be sure to drop by the stream and give it a look.